Welcome everyone. Today I will take you on a tour through my Minecraft main world, and not far from here, several hundred blocks over there, this whole world started, and I found this really cool location near to the sea somewhere over there, and I started soon building my first ever structure here. Yeah, this was supposed to be a castle. I know it's a very noob building. It doesn't look very special. I think the inside is pretty okay. It's sort of empty, but I actually like this with the pillars here and what I did there with the lanterns. I had to farm so much iron for that actually to get all those lanterns, and I maybe will rework this and upgrade this. So yeah, this is my first ever base, and the reason why I picked this location was of course because there's a sea, so we can travel very easily to other locations, but also because a village was very nearby. And I did level those villagers over there. I'm gonna head there now. And I did tons of trading there for some really cool stuff. And I had basically equipment for free. I could just use my farm, sell it to the farmer, and then with the emeralds buy constantly tools and stuff. I think villages, to have them near to your base or to kidnap villagers, they're so useful. And yeah, I was here for eternity. That's why there are so many iron golems that spawned. Because I lived here for how long did we stay here? I was 1+ month, I believe. Yeah, I was playing for over a month here. Got tons of tunnels somewhere, and I even tried to add more buildings to this village, and this was before I was a good builder, so those buildings, they look very bad and they have barely anything inside. I was literally just breeding villagers, hoping to increase my population. And yeah, I was leveling those up so I can buy freaking bows and arrows and stuff. Should be somewhere a master one. I think is it that one? Oh yeah, that's the one to journeyman. I leveled this one up so we can get tons of arrows and stuff. Yeah, and tools. Oh, I remember that. Those were the good old days. And somewhere over there we actually have some pets. I think I have some tamed llamas over there that I found in the mountains. Let's quickly head over there, and I have no clue what I was trying to build here. I think I was trying to build some sort of stone pyramid here or something. That's such a weird structure, right? What do we have here? Flame and infinity. Oh yeah. Yeah, as you guys can see, those were the beginnings. I was such a bad builder. And yay, here's my llama. I didn't give this one a chest yet. Should change that. Alright, let's head to my first ever big project, because we didn't stay for too long in the plains. After 1 month we left for a very cool location. And this was my really big first project. And after living over a month in this castle, I decided to move on and go somewhere else. And I came across this very interesting plains village that's right next to the desert, and that was also the first desert that I ever saw. And this was actually the bed I put down back then. Oh wow, that bed is still there. I never removed this. This bed has been standing here for over a year. It's such an antique bed right there, and I hope we can sleep in a second, because I would like to show you guys what we did in the desert, because here in the desert was the first ever big project I did in Minecraft, and one that took me several months to actually finish. Alright, after we wake up I will show you something really breathtaking. I'm actually surprised that I managed to even complete this project. And I watched endless guides, and I was practicing so much to do this, so yeah, let's quickly sprint over there and let me show you something really cool, because we found over there a desert village, and we transformed this desert village into something literally breathtaking. We have arrived now, guys. This is the desert kingdom, or at least the walls of the desert kingdom. And once we go in there, I will show you some really incredible buildings, like the palace that we built there, and that's a fully functioning redstone gate right there. So if we press that button, this one goes down and closes. If we press it again, it opens. And when we first actually came across this desert village, I built here a little small house. It's a very simple one. And I was like staying here gathering materials and figuring out how to build like really breathtaking cool buildings. And we even decided to start a freaking bee house here, and this bee house is so efficient. Like with bees you can make crops almost regrow instantly. Even got some seeds there still. And those bees, oof, I remember kidnapping those and moving them here. It was actually quite a challenge. If I remember correct, we were like using leads to get those bees. Why are they stuck there? I actually feel like sometimes they bug out because of those trapdoors, but I have to use those trapdoors to keep it safe, right? This one bugged again. But yeah, wow, this took like... Did I do this in like... I think I built this in like 2 days, if I'm not mistaken, and get all those bees. And we had actually here an issue when I first discovered this village, because we were not just getting the desert skin villagers, because here's actually the river biome, and here was the bell. This is the old gathering point, and sometimes I would get like plain skin villagers because they would like breed here on this stone there. So I broke the bell and I moved the bell over here. And there I still got like some beds there because I was like breeding the villagers. And we started building on this side more and more buildings. Here with like the cartography building. Here we have like a farm. I actually came up with this idea to produce like trapdoors and hide this here. It's actually quite clean. It's like a small, very peaceful home. Here's the palace that I will show you in a moment. And there's even a market that I made with like freaking traders. Like we can just walk up to them and do some trading with whatever we want. And most of them are actually leveled up. And now the best building comes. The freaking desert palace. I think this one took me... Was it like 2 weeks we were building here? Probably like 2 weeks. We even have like this nice flower garden here. We have like a fountain here, and the inside looks incredible. Once we go in, you will see what I did there. So let's go in quickly. Let me show you. And one thing bothers me. I sometimes get those iron golem spawns in here in this palace. It's very annoying. Soon I will actually use here some shroom light and put like a carpet on top. Because the cool thing is, if you use like a shroom light and you put like a carpet on top or a glowstone, like you don't see it anymore and you think it's just like decoration. Oh, there's like a carpet. But you're actually creating a light source, because if you have a carpet on like either glowstone or shroom light, it still emits light. Yeah, here's the library. Oh my gosh, what happened to the old librarian? I had one with Silk Touch. Where did he go? Here's the kitchen, guys, of the desert palace. We have an aquarium with like... How many fish? 3 fish. Got a painting of a freaking spider, and is that a frog or gecko? I don't know. And the upstairs area is actually quite cool, because we have this huge balcony and we can see like everything from there. Oh shit, what happened to those librarians? Don't tell me something spawned in here. Yeah, that's like the sleeping, like the bedroom. See? And yeah, like look at this, guys. Why did those villagers jump down here? I don't think they're that stupid. Like you can see the whole desert village from here. I will add in the future probably some more structures here. But wow. I still remember everything here. How I got like all those stones. Like this wall over there, it took me eternity. Like only making this month, if you completely ignore like those structures, it took me like at least 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks to make the whole wall. Because I'm on completely survival, so all those stones, everything, I was farming them by myself. No cheats there, no creative mode. This is all built fully in survival, guys. Alright, let's go to the next location. Oh yeah, and this is the armory room. I want to show you guys that too. We got like a full set of armor. Sometimes my stuff almost broke. I would just go here and like replace it. Maybe there's still something in. Okay, there's nothing in. Alright, let's go to the next location. Once we leave the Desert Kingdom on the other side, there's actually a savanna biome nearby. And what's also cool is there's, as you guys can see, another village. And this was like a ghost town almost. Like, when I arrived at this village, there were barely any villagers. I think there were just like 4 or 5, maybe like 4 villagers. And most of the buildings were left empty. And I was like, what is happening here? Is that like a zombie village? Because you do have those zombie villages sometimes in Minecraft where you have like cobweb and stuff and they're like zombies. And here are also some turtles. And there's an iron golem for some reason underwater. There's some axolotls, which is very cool. And yeah, there are my 2 turtles. And more iron golems. I have no clue how they got there. But the cool thing is iron golems can breathe underwater, so there's no issue. And yeah, like this whole site here was completely empty. There were not any villagers here. The only villagers that were here, I think, lived in this building, here, and like 1 or 2 buildings there. And they would like gather here just for... And I actually stole the bell and I moved the bell somewhere over there. Because I started like building here and adding like own structures. And as you guys can see, that's a pretty high population here. There's also a manor house somewhere over there that I built. My little vacation house here with a very, very nice view. I'm actually really liking to come here sometimes. And just stand on the balcony and enjoy the great view of the savannah. I put down too many saplings before we could see the sea. Now there's just so many trees because I was like farming for wood to make like more buildings. And there's my cat collection. I have so many freaking cats. Like alone in this village I probably have like at least like 5-6 cats. Then in the Desert Kingdom I have probably at least another 7-8 cats. And somewhere else I also have like 4 or 5 cats. I think do I have like 20 cats in this world? I'm not even sure. Like I need to start giving those actually names so I can tell the difference. I think I already have every single cat skin there is. I think they're just like 11 or 10 different skins for cats if I'm not mistaken, right? We've got some duplicates. Okay, when can we freaking sleep? Like I'm never sure when it comes to the night and the sun goes down when we can actually sleep or not, because sometimes it looks so dark that you think you can sleep and it just doesn't work. Alright, let's head to that manor house. So once we open this door, there's also like a little wall. I nearly turned this into a castle, but I felt like, nah, a castle wouldn't fit to the savannah. So let's make something nice here, and I decided to add like 2 very sweet structures here. We'll have like some of like weaponsmiths and armor, and I want to like actually level them up so I can get like freaking diamond gear. But I actually decided to do it in a snowy village. Because we didn't stay here for too long, just several weeks. And yeah, that's the freaking manor house. I'm really proud of this build, because I think it looks really, really good. Like I like the way it feels when I enter here with this huge painting here, with this glazed terracotta here, with this bench here, the paintings, the aquarium. We also have a pretty nice kitchen here. Yeah, and this is for washing the dishes. Plus it's cool if you're in the kitchen because you can see the horse that we tamed. There's like our horse here. We have this flower garden here. And the upstairs area looks very luxurious. I think this is one of the most luxurious structures that I've built. By look. Like just look at that. Like look at this hallway here. And over there we have the Badlands. Like I think I really like to work actually with terracotta for buildings, because it's so easy to make like cool builds with terracotta. Like when it comes to like wood, especially like stripped logs, like it's actually quite the challenge, because you need to cut down so many trees and it takes like eternity. With terracotta it's so easy to build. There's a bedroom right there. With a cartography table and... This nearly became actually my main home here. Because I actually really like the design also from like the doors. Like the way it looks here. Plus I'm a huge Savannah's fan. Because the Savannah is sort of like the plains. Except there's like no rain and stuff. So you don't have to worry about sleeping sometimes in the afternoon. To not get freaking thunder strikes on your building. Or to have like hostile mob spawn. There isn't much of a population here because I didn't breed the villagers too much here in this location. Plus we still would need to place a bell somewhere here so we have another gathering point. So I don't think they detect the beds from over there. We also have a library somewhere here. Let me find that library quickly. Oh yeah, here's the library. I'm not sure if that one's actually finished or not. Let's quickly go in. There's even a shield saying City Library. So yeah, that's the library. Check upstairs and see. Okay, it's an unfinished one. I actually wanted to pile here some bookshelves up as well. And somewhere here I thought about like maybe adding an aquarium and removing the carpet here. Because here would also be a nice location for an aquarium, right? Alright, let's go to the next destination. We even started like villages from scratch. Here is Swamp Village number 1. That's a village that I was like building on. And we just kidnapped like 2 plains villagers from the village that is actually pretty nearby. So if we look over there, we see like a plains village. That's the one that's like next to the desert. So we kidnapped 2 villagers over there. We start building like builds here, and I was actually at first not sure what I should do here. Like how should I build a swamp village? Like how would Mojang want a swamp village to look like? So I actually made like stilted buildings like that one here. And we even have like some variety here because I sometimes use some mossy cobblestone. We even have like a freaking swamp temple. And yeah, that's like one of the old school villagers, plains one. There should be another one. I think we used those 2, right? And oh my god, like what's happening here? Why are there so many freaking iron golems? Alright, let's head to that swamp temple. Let me show you the swamp temple. Because I feel like this one actually turned out pretty well. So yeah, that's the swamp temple. It has a very, very unique architecture, right? And if we wanted to, we could just climb up there, just like those villagers here. I like actually how you enter here with those vines. So yeah, here's like where the cleric is. That's like the cleric corner right there with a freaking red mushrooms because he's doing some experiments and stuff. And like a lot of my builds, as you guys can see, are lacking decoration, and that's because I usually move from place to place, or I have like some viewers like suggest certain things like, hey, I have a wish, can you build there? I have a challenge, can you, I don't know, make like a forest village? Can you build a huge watchtower, a lighthouse or something? So I'm sometimes not staying for too long in one area because it's survival to like gather materials takes eternity. And because I always start like new projects and stuff, I often go from place to place, so I'm not like for long somewhere, maybe just 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I have to like move on. So a lot of those builds have still like some rooms that are a bit empty. But maybe in time I will return here and add more decoration, make it look really, really nice. What's cool here about the temple is you can actually advance further and further to the top, and each time you go higher the rooms get smaller, and there's like a balcony, and there's like another balcony there, and it's sort of like a pyramid almost, but a very cubic pyramid. Because I wanted to build a pyramid, but okay, that's a dangerous room right there because it's so freaking dark. For now I will place, I think that should do the trick. You have to be a bit careful with villagers of a different biome, because if they breed they have a chance to also get their original skin. So not all of the villagers here are swamp villagers. I would say about like maybe like 90% of the population have the swamp skin and only 10% the plains one. Because I did sort out some villagers, to be honest. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Here I sometimes will like repair my stuff. Right, let's quickly sleep here. And then I will show you Swamp Village number 2. And the Swamp Village number 2 is very special. Because for this one we used a very unique type of wood. Okay, we have almost arrived now at Swamp Village number 2. As you guys can already see, it's a pretty colorful swamp village. So when another update came out, like you guys wanted to see me use like the new wood, like the crimson and the warped wood, and I was at first not sure where I should build with that, because if you build in the plains or somewhere it looks very, very strange. So I had this idea, hey, the swamp is pretty colorful. I mean, if you look there, you have sometimes this yellowish green, you have this like darker green, looks almost like at a dark forest, right? So I had the idea to try out the new wood in the swamp. So we moved some of the swamp villagers, and this time pure swamp skin villagers over there, and we started a freaking village here. And I tried to recreate some of the structures, like the swamp temple for example, and I think it turned out pretty well, right? And we used also some of the vines. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good, right? But however, if we enter there, there's barely any decoration. Because we never really completely got to finish this. We did this all on live stream. And I actually like the way it looks with those pillars here with the basalt. Like, I try to use as much as I can of the new blocks that we got with the Nether update. And of course some shroom light. I think this looks so cool here. How we have like those mushrooms, those fungi from the Nether, and we use like shroom light to grow them there. Of course it also comes with like a balcony. And here's like the library. And the view is just so great from here as well. Because from the swamp you can also see quite a lot. Somewhere over there I made a monster farm, by the way. So this house that you see there is a monster farm. It's just a very dark room, a very big one. Well, I will sometimes go and see if I can farm something like ender pearls, like maybe sometimes enderman would spawn there or something. And we even start like growing those new trees there, like those new fungi. Here's the crimson one, and somewhere over there we have a warped farm, yeah. Right, let's go downstairs and I will show you more of the buildings of Swamp Village version 2.0. The first build we had here was this small simple house over there. It's very small. We had a double bed here before. And somewhere, where was it? I think somewhere outdoors, but I removed it. There were also some beds because I was like breeding villagers here. Then we started adding more and more buildings here, including a library. But the roof wasn't finished because, as you guys can see, usually I put like stairs under stairs or use some stone at the border to make it look nice. And yeah, this building isn't completely done yet. What do we have? Power 1. And I think from all the gathering places, I think this is one of the best looking gathering places. Like, I love how there's like this road that we got here. And how we used like the mossy cobblestone with the warped wood and those logs. I think it turned out pretty well. We also have a very interesting street light design, right? Those street lamps there. We also have the butcher house here. With like some farms. How the heck did this iron golem get in there? Ah, there's my wolf. There you are. I was looking for you, dude. Yo, I found my wolf again. Okay, but you will stay here. No. Go down. You will stay here, actually. Because I'm always going on very dangerous. Yeah, that's Max. Max, our wolf. Max, you are back. I missed you so much, Max. I'm so glad to see you again, Max. Oh, Max. Oh, Max. There he is. I will not forget that you're here. Don't worry. I will come back. We also have a smithing house here. And it was such a big challenge for me, actually, to build with the new wood. Because, like, it is difficult if you have, like, some colored wood and you're trying to build somewhere. But I feel like the swamp is probably one of the best places to use the new wood. I also think the badlands are quite good for that. Oh yeah, that's the fisherman's house. And guys, it got much colder as well. Where we went next was actually the snowy tundra. This was also a big challenge. Let's quickly go there and let me show you our snowy tundra base. Okay guys, so we took the nether hub. I actually have some nether portals that are connecting like all my bases with each other. And we have arrived now at the snowy kingdom. And from here on, all those buildings, like all those builds that I have, actually start to look better and better. Because this was the period, like the time period where I was like starting to get really, really good at Minecraft, and my building skills have improved and everything, and we did like even more challenging projects, and I actually think this one turned out even better than the Desert Kingdom. And we have some very, very, very interesting farms nearby there as well. Like we have a skeleton crusher somewhere there. We have like a freaking nether basement that I will show you in a moment, and we started building like first towers and stuff. I actually think this tower right there in the Snowy Kingdom turned out pretty well. As you guys can see, here I was actually most of the time, because there, like every building has like a lot of decoration almost. Like there isn't much that doesn't have decorations. Like I think here I was like at my prime when it comes to like building skills and everything. Like everything starts to look more and more professional, as you guys can see. Like even the freaking top, like the ceiling, I wanted some design, so I put there some blocks to like change the look and everything. And sometimes I would use not for the ground like regular blocks, but like something like trapdoors and stuff. And like double doors, like entrances like that. We even made a freaking fisher house here. And actually, OMG, I hate this with the iron golems. They constantly spawn everywhere. And I found like a little trick how to make the water not freeze here in the snowy tundra and snow biomes. If you actually replace some of the dirt blocks with like either glowstone or like shroom light, it won't freeze anymore. So you just put there a few at the bottom and you're good. We have here a library. I tried to stay true to the original architecture of the snowy villages, because they have some very good architecture in my opinion. And yeah, here we have also a cat. I think I have pets everywhere. We have a smaller version of our bee farm, like the one that we have in the Desert Kingdom. And getting bees here was also really challenging, because getting bees through our snowy biome, OMG, this is really challenging. But as you guys can see, tons of bees. Crops are almost immediately regrowing. We are protected here from the cold, so the water won't freeze. We're all good here. And let me show you the castle of this kingdom here, the snowy one. Did I actually finish the decoration here? Oh yeah, I almost finished it here too. That's a fisherman's house. I think I wanted to add here something. Might do that later. This is my actually, or even now, I think that's like my main base, you could say, because here I built the most. Let me show you the basement of here. We actually have a freaking nether basement here. I started bringing the nether here. Oh shit, this took me also like months to build this. We even have here another bee garden. I think I was doing so many crazy things here. Like my main world is a mess. What do you guys think? I think that's cool, right? To bring the nether down to the basement. Oh wow. Here's also a lot of decoration going on, except for this room. This is an empty room. And the reason why this is empty, I never had any idea what I should put in here. I want to put here like a cartograph or something, but then I decided to do it upstairs. And here is basically the shooting room. And those Fletchers, they're all maxed out. At least this one is, and this one. Ah, he's almost maxed out. Go upstairs and let me show you guys a bigger aquarium. Oh yeah, before I forget, I need to bring in some tropical fish because I didn't want to have just cods. This with the stone cutter. Where's the kitchen? Oh yeah, that's the kitchen room. What are they doing? Why are they not taking the job? Okay, I need to push them down. Take the job, dude. Finally. Oh, rabbit stew. What's that? Raw rabbit. Okay, I have no use for that. And you too. Go down there. Take the job. Take the job. Finally he took the job. Oh, here's raw chicken. If I had a chicken farm. Somewhere upstairs there's an actual laboratory. Let's quickly go there. In this laboratory we also have some plants from the nether. Here's the laboratory. Some nether warts here and stuff. This reminds me I still need to level those. But it's actually quite easy to level them. Especially if you're like a rotten flesh farm or something. The higher we go the better the view as well. Here's a huge library. Okay, I still have here one with Silk Touch. Because if my stuff breaks, I need more enchantments for that. Here's the gathering place. The view from here is just so great. Let's have a look from here, for example. Like, look at that. There's also another snowy village, but that's a ghost town. I think I was here for sometimes also at the night, and because I have like pretty much light there and a lot of iron golems, I didn't care too much how deep we went into the night. And the sad part was there were like zombie skeletons spawning there, and the whole civilization got wiped out here. Here somewhere is the snowy taiga. We see some mountains here. Sea's also nearby. Very good spot here. And we also have a very, very nice park somewhere here. In this park we have tons of giant mushrooms. And we have some nether plants as well. Let's quickly go to that park that we built. Why is the iron on the ground? Oh no, iron golem fell into the fire or something. So you're right next to the tower. There's a nice park. I really like this park, by the way. So yeah, here are like tons of giant fungi. Somewhere over there we have plants from the nether as well. It's actually so nice because you can see this from outside the wall and it really adds something to it. I wanted to actually add a road here, but then I felt like, nah, let's not interrupt the snow. And like all those trees, I actually planted them myself because in the snowy tundra there aren't so many spruce trees. This looks there like snowy taiga, but let me show you guys. This is not snowy taiga, it's snowy tundra. Like I was bringing all those plants here and I started like growing them. We even have like snow golems somewhere over there. I think the snow golems are all in this corner. He was farming for like dye, for green dye, for some of the builds. And yeah, here are our snow golems. I actually placed some on the wall to protect us. Here's the cow crusher. And this reminds me, we are running out of steak. Let's get some more steak. Oh, we already have so much steak. Okay, nice, never mind. And yeah, that building right there where the castle is, like you can see that really. Alright, let's go to the next destination. The next project we worked on this world. We've arrived now at the jungle, and here was my first ever made jungle village. So what I did here was I kidnapped some villagers, moved them through the portal, used a boat, and actually I used the lake to move those villagers somewhere. And because this was like the jungle edge here, I decided to actually go further in. And somewhere over there we built our like first house. You can already see like those villagers there. And we kidnapped some villagers from the desert kingdom because we have there a very high population. And we started breeding them until we got those jungle skin villagers. And we built here like several buildings. We got our first parrot here. And I think it was like so exciting and cool for me to use like a new type of wood for builds. And why is here suddenly a trader? Let's see, what does this one have to offer? He's literally selling jungle saplings in the jungle where you can get them almost for free. 5 emeralds, that's so stupid. So yeah, as you guys can see, there are like some builds. I also thought this was like quite challenging because I have no idea what sort of architecture would fit a freaking jungle. So I decided to like try out a lot of different things. I tried to use like more stone for some builds. Then I used like more terracotta, like this library here. I think this library actually turned out pretty well, this jungle library. I do like actually how warm this wood looks. I think acacia and jungle wood can be really nice for certain builds because it does look warm and very bright. Oh wow. Cat spawned in here. Yeah, that's one of our cats. Like I said, I have cats everywhere. We have so many freaking cats. I think we have 2 wolves if I'm not mistaken. We have Max and one unnamed one. And yeah, I can't forget Max. Like I have to get him later. And here we try to build a freaking jungle temple. Ooh, there's a cleric already. Oh, there's another cat. How many cats do I have? It's insane. He actually wanted to put some barrels down. Or like some chests or something. But I'm actually worried if I put barrels down that the villagers will become fishermen. I don't want that. Yeah, I think actually living in a jungle is quite interesting. Because it's so unique and so different to live in the jungle. We do have quite many buildings here actually. Holy shit. How many did we add here? At least like 7, 8 from what I'm seeing. Like this became a real village. Sometimes I'm worried that the fire from here will actually go through and burn the vines and then those trees will burn. But I actually found out that if you put there like something in between, like iron bars like that, it actually can't come through. I think one time I actually didn't have this iron bar and just one and actually started burning here somewhere. But I stopped the fire very fast, so... Does this one have fire aspect? I just talked about fire and he has freaking fire aspect. Alright, let's go now to the last project that we have been working on and are still working on. We have almost arrived now at the last ongoing project in this world. And that's the Plains Village Transformation Project. Where we are going to transform a Plains Village into a big kingdom. Like a really huge one. I want this to be like a very, very big city. Like one with hundreds of villagers actually. Like in time I add more and more buildings here. And I want this one to have the highest population of all of the villages we've built. And here's the hunter's house. Oh wow, we have to level those up. And actually it was like, I think this was like my first building where I actually worked with dark wood. Because I was like curious on how this would actually look like the dark oak if you like strip the logs. And I feel like those turned out actually pretty well, those blocks. I think actually stripped dark oak makes for good walls in my opinion. It's not that bad, right? We have here the, I don't know, should I call it like smithing factory? But here's actually where I get like my good gear from. Like my, for example, diamond weapons and stuff. Actually, yeah, I think that's the one I'm actually using for farming. Yeah, right. As you guys can see, they are all freaking leveled up. And here we have efficiency 2 together with unbreaking. It's like an infinite source of freaking diamond tools. Like, if you find it a headache to actually go and dig up diamonds, just level up villagers like I did. It's actually quite easy to do that if you have a tree farm, because the Fletcher with the sticks is probably the best trait. And here's my beloved horse. This one is so great. It's a very fast one, by the way. And here's the biggest bee farm that I ever made. Like this one right there. And I think, yeah, that's the one with the lower, oh, that was close. This one almost escaped. As you guys can see, that's a huge farm. Like, look how big this one is. Here I'm making like hundreds of emeralds from. Like, this farm right there is so efficient. Like, look at those bees. Like, how many bees we have. Like, this is insane here. That's the biggest farm. I love bee farms. Plus, I think like bees are like maybe the best animals or living things you can find there in like Minecraft. Let me also show you the huge library that we were building on. And the farmhouse. I think the farmhouse is also a really nice building. There's a nice balcony. So yeah, let's go to the farmhouse first and then the library. So yeah, here's the farmhouse. And I actually used to live here for quite a while. Like while I was building, I would come here and then sleep there upstairs. And here was like my freaking bedroom in this corner. It's a pretty comfortable home. I also sometimes sleep here. And in the morning I will enjoy the view here. Like all those animals there. We can see the sea over there, the mountains. It's a pretty comfortable and nice home here. And this village could be already, maybe by population and by builds, the biggest one. Because we do have a very high population here. This was a quite big plains village to begin with, like bigger than the other ones that you usually encounter. And we start adding more and more houses there, like this one for example. It's like the shepherd's house. We've also added freaking living quarters here. Where like villagers are living. It's actually in that chest. Okay. And here's the biggest library I've ever built. And I think this house looks also really nice. Like, it's a really very, very well done building. Let's see what they're offering. This one has Aqua Affinity and this one has Efficiency 5. Ooh, that's a good one right there. Do we need Aqua Affinity? I'm not sure. I could like lock this one and do a trading with him to like save it, but he has channeling. Maybe for a trident, I don't know. And yeah, I came up with like a very interesting design for a carpet. It looks like a chess field almost, right? I love the way it looks when you go upstairs and you're on the balcony here. Because we do have a very great view from here upstairs. We see the dark oak forest, we see the sea. Somewhere over there we build a harbor. And yeah, I think this one turned out pretty well. And as you guys can see from like the design, like the build, this was when I was like starting to get like really good with building in Minecraft. Like I made tons of improvements here. But yeah guys, that was my world tour of my Minecraft world. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And yeah, I will definitely come back here from time to time. We're currently on a different series, I know, in a different world. But eventually I will come back here and I will also continue building on what we started here. We'll add definitely more structures to the freaking Plains Kingdom as well. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. And don't forget to like this video if you haven't already, because this will help out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. I wish everyone a wonderful day. Please stay all safe and healthy. Until next time.